My name is Dr. Daniel Haters, and I am the executive chairman at Model Medicines. We are an AI drug discovery company that believes humanity cannot wait decades to solve our largest healthcare issues, which is why we focus on days. Our mission is to democratize the drug discovery process and deliver life-changing drugs to those in need. We're creating a future where no disease goes untreated. We all know that the current approach to drug discovery is broken. It takes over 10 years and $2.5 billion on average to bring a new drug to market. And why is that? That's because only 3 drugs out of every 20,000 make it from drug discovery to the pharmacy. What does this mean? This means that over 300 drugs a year fail in late-stage clinical trials at a cost of approximately $500 billion annually. AI is ushering in an industrial revolution in drug discovery. AI is changing an industry that from one point of view is agrarian and bespoke, or from another view is based on brute force, high throughput screening and trial and error methods, into an industry that is capital efficient, repeatable, and predictable. AI drug discovery is not simply a fad, and these recent headlines demonstrate this, including Schrodinger's $2.7 billion deal with Bristol Myers Squibb and Recursion Pharmaceuticals' recent IPO, valuing the company at over $3.5 billion, as well as in Citro's recent deals with Gilead and BMS. But there are problems with 5 current strategies to AI drug discovery. If you look at the approaches on the left, text, cellular, ADMET, and genetics, these approaches to AI drug discovery suffer from a lack of specificity, high error rates, and biases. Essentially, the data that they use to make predictions and discover drugs measures something that isn't the exact thing that they're trying to predict, namely drugs binding targets like locks and keys. On the right, cellular, ADMET, genetics, and protein-based approaches suffer from time-consuming issues, they're inflexible, and they're expensive, namely because they require capital inefficient laboratories to create proprietary data sets for their AI algorithms to train and become active on. We at Model Medicines built a proprietary cheminformatic language to train AI on fundamental first principles chemistry. What does this mean? This means that Model Medicines does not require expensive laboratories and laboratory equipment to discover new drugs. We generate data sets computationally, and those data sets are exponentially more descriptive, meaning that we both have a high quantity of data and high quality data simultaneously for our AI algorithms. So the question is, does it work? And the answer is yes. In response to the global COVID-19 pandemic, we created a version of our platform to discover new small molecule drugs that could treat COVID-19. In partnership with Caliber at the Scripps Research Institute, we found that our program was 10x more efficient in identifying drugs that are potent and selective against COVID-19 in a live virus cell experiment than traditional high throughput screening methods. And I'm excited to announce today that 2 of the drugs that we discovered are now in vivo preclinical animal model testing with a tier 1 medical research institute. And if those trials are successful, we hope to progress those 2 drugs into clinical trials as quickly as possible. To date, Model Medicines has discovered 20 unique drug assets for 5 different biological targets validated with 4 different research partners. These discoveries cover areas like gastric disorders, COVID-19, and dermatology, and we're partnered with some of the leading academic and pharmaceutical companies in the world, including Scripps Research, Leo Pharmaceuticals, and Sanford Burnham. While our way that we discover drugs at Model Medicines is new and sophisticated, we take a traditional approach to our business model. When we partner with large pharmaceutical companies and out-license our discoveries, the financial terms include an upfront payment in single to double-digit millions, milestone payments in the order of $100 million, and high single-digit royalties on net. In total, that means that each asset we discover and license has a potential revenue possibility for Model Medicines of over $1 billion. Our business model is two-phased. Currently in phase one, we are partnership driven. Through partnerships, we focus on the discovery and out-licensing of novel, de-risked drug assets while developing some key drugs on our own balance sheet. In phase two, we plan to primarily bring our own drugs to market by becoming a vertically integrated digital pharmaceutical company. Our team is made up of some of the brightest minds from traditional pharma, software, and the future of pharma. Sean and I have known each other for over 15 years and collaborated at a venture-backed biopharma company over a decade ago, where we took a drug from concept through a successful phase one study, and ultimately the drug formulation that we worked on was approved by the FDA in the second half of 2018. In addition to our core team that combines computational excellence, pharmaceutical excellence, chemistry, and biological excellence, we're also supported by a group of advisors that are some of the leaders in cheminformatics, software development, pharmaceutical development, and venture capital. We're also backed by leading multi-stage investors with significant expertise and sophistication in the bio-IT and pharma space, including Irving Investors, 8VC, NextCubed, and Particle X. Let's discover together. I'd love to talk to you about a potential investment or a partnership or even joining our team. You can reach me at the email address below. Let's get to work on solving humanity's most intractable healthcare problems together. Thank you.